yours. You just watched Glenn Williams. Now, Glenn, you are a familiar face at La Music Circle. Why do you think it is important for an indie artist to be at these places?
Because there's other people like myself who need the support, you know. And I think we as musicians, hopefully, we're better listeners, you know, because we're concerned with how, you know, other people are developing with their talent, and it's an enlightening experience when you hear someone else and you enjoy their music. And I think if you're a musician, it doesn't really have to have name value. It's the person and how they communicate their music. So that's why, you know, it's nice to hear what new people and new songwriters are doing, because, you know, it inspires you too. So it's a two-way process, you know.
Now, is there a large market for folk music, Glenn?
No.
It is a small market, but do you see it growing?
I do.
An appreciation, sort of?
I do. I see it as I see a sort of a renaissance happening. I mean, we see it in the music of you know, Sarah McLachlan, you know, one of our great singer-songwriters here, Leonard Cohen, and people like that. And they're communicating very personal messages, you know, and people still, I think, are still interested in that, and they relate to it, and it becomes part of their life. As you know, you studied music too, right? So music becomes part of your life, and that's what I'm getting back to the lyrics. You tend to remember the lyrics more when it's combined with the song, you know, or with the music, and that way you remember it. We're walking down the street, we remember that melody we heard like 5 years ago. You know.
So what are the hardships in promoting folk music?
Just trying to find someone who's willing to listen and give you, you know, give you some constructive, you know, advice, and a venue for your music, because there are still trends in music, and you know, through doing my CD, I've sort of bucked the trends, and I've done my own thing, and that's why I produced it myself. And I realized maybe there's only that 10% out there, you know, of an audience, and I think some radio programmers realize that. So they're looking for a specific kind of thing, and I don't necessarily fit with that, but I do fit in well with campus radio stations, and where the programming is still open. So, and we're seeing a resurgence in that, where programming is becoming more open. I'm thinking of Chum FM, you know, back in the 60s, and they used to play everything from Handel to Roland Kirk to James Taylor. So you'd hear this very eclectic blend of music, and that's sort of been lost, but we're getting back to it with public radio, you know, in the United States and that sort of thing.
And CBC supporting
and
you
the
as well.
CBC, exactly. It's
and
true.
the Hayes FM, and of course, Musically Yours supporting you, Glenn Williams, right now. Let's watch him again.
Sad eyes, hey, when will you live? When will you learn to give? Sad eyes, my sad eyes, this moment in time, just yours and mine, for you. Tell me, when will I see your eyes behind all of your broken lies? And when will your heart endeavor to be free? You should have believed in me. Sad eyes, my sad eyes, for all that you see, for all that you mean to me.
That was Glenn Williams on Musically Yours. Glenn, what's your advice for up-and-coming musicians, especially if it's the folk genre?
That's a good question. Don't worry about fortune and fame, you know. I mean, think of music as salvation, you know, study it, get to know it, and listen to the great composers, Mozart, Beethoven, and then, you know, in the 20th century, and Duke Ellington, and the innovators, you know, and Miles Davis, and be humbled, you know, and do it for your own reasons, not just for fortune and fame and to sell millions of units. But I came to this in my early 50s, so it's easy for me to say that. I've traveled a long distance, right? So I have no regrets about producing my CD at all. But here's another thing. If you're going to put something out there, make sure it's first rate, right?
True.
Wait until you have the budget. I had the budget to do it properly. I was able to pay my friends. I had one of the best mastering engineers in Canada. I could afford him to master those recordings. So I never have any questions about quality. So that's another thing. Make sure you've got a quality product out there.
So you released your last album in 2008.
That's right.
So do you have plans for a new release?
I'm working on 2 new songs right now, and when I finish those songs, I may start looking for a co-producer, because it's just too tough producing it. It's so much work, and of course there's the financing, right? But in Canada, it always pays to produce your own project here first and do it yourself, and then other people are willing to have a more serious look at you in terms of providing the funding. We all know about the factor grants and things like, or factor loans. But I would say, you know, do it also on a pay-as-you-go basis. Don't build up debt. I didn't, you know, that's how I approach my recording. So I walked away without any debt at all.
So you're looking forward to a new album as well?
Yeah, I tend to
Hopefully
have
soon.
I tend to have lyric blocks, and a lot of songwriters will tell you this, right? So I've got the whole, because I'm, you know, like university trained musician, I can hear the whole structure in my head. But right now I'm working on a song, and it's one of the best things I've ever written. But there's 2 lines I'm stumped on. So
I hope you'll get the inspiration soon after the show then.
well, yeah, but I just that I have certain expectations of myself, and you know, I want my work to have a certain continuity.
True.
So, yeah.
So all the best, Glenn, and we hope to hear all good things about you music-wise. And get on the show one more time on the Hayes FM to promote the new album when it's ready. Thank you for watching Musically Yours. So join us next week at the same time. Bye for now.
Reflections are spinning in circular motion. The music box turns on its spindle of time, and you're trapped like a statue, an object defined. You're shaped by the hands that circumstance guides. Does stained glass look so lovely? Can illusion be real? Are the things that we say, the things that we feel, they the things that we feel? No, 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 let it turn. Directions are changing the road within view. This moment is magic unfolding for you. So you search for an answer and nothing seems clear. You hold out your hands and it all disappeared. Does stained glass look so lovely? Can illusion be real? Are the things that we say, the things that we feel, they the things that we feel? No, 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 no. Let it turn. 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 Let it turn.